Hey guys,
Hello, everyone.
and welcome to the Nerdy Archives.
Yes, welcome.
Um, yeah, it's another week, guys. Another shit show to perform.
Just, another fucking shitstorm.
Another shit storm, another shit show.
New
It's a
models,
lot.
though.
New models, yeah, look at that.
She's a bird. Well,
A
it's a
bird,
heartbeat. It's
a
technically a
verb, yeah.
heartbeat.
Technically a heartbeat,
I'm a
but
whale, but you can barely see my tail. There we go.
there you go.
So you
There
can
you
barely
go.
see my tail.
Can barely see my tail. But yeah, new models. They'll
Yes.
probably last like 2 sessions and then we'll get bored. You know
No,
how
I
we
think
are.
I think they're really cute.
eh, yeah, they are cute. I do like it. So, hi guys. Welcome to another week. Another week of shenanigans. Can't say words. Shenanigans.
Another
Um,
shitty ass week.
another truly shitty ass week.
Yeah.
Um, we'll get into it. Um, but as always, guys, mental health check-in. Talk about whatever comes to mind. That's what we do now.
Yes.
Um, so yeah, I'm currently wrapped up in my little friendship reading blanket because it is literally fall temps here.
I love it.
I don't hate it, but it's like whiplash.
Fall is one of my favorites.
It's so sad because I love the fall. Haha, autumn. Yes, I hear it 50,000 times a day at work. Your favorite season must be fall then. Yeah, it's one of them. Spring's really number one, but
It's not
fall
my
is
fault
also
my
like a
parents
really
made me fall.
I
Okay.
sometimes really mom really never says why. And I'm like, it has to be because dad loved fall and mom also loves fall, but his birthday was in October, so I always have this like gut feeling. He was like, yes. This one, this
Yes.
name, this one's it. Um, but yeah. It's like a fall's like a really complicated time because my seasonal depression is like at its peak in the fall, not winter. That would make sense. No, fall for some reason. It just loves to be like, extra spicy depression right now. And it's like, okay, cool.
Thank you.
Thanks. Thanks so much. But yeah, so I'm enjoying being able to cover up. I love blankets, man. I love blankets. I still have my window open like a crazy person though. It's like 68 degrees in the house and I'm like, perfect.
It is perfect, honestly.
Yes. Alrighty. So yeah. It's probably gonna be a pretty, I'm not gonna lie to you guys, a pretty mental health heavy episode. We've
Mm-hmm.
both had pretty rough weeks in like very different ways. Um, but yeah. So expect a lot of mental health talk and then a little bit of fun. That's what I got for y'all this week. That's what we got.
That's what you
That's
get.
all we literally got to give.
Sorry, not sorry.
Sorry, not sorry. All right. Do you feel like going first?
Yeah, I can go first.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Take take the lead, my dear.
So Monday my dog had surgery.
Yes.
It went fine.
Thank goodness. I
She
was
has,
very worried about little one.
she has a cone on her head and she hates it. She's using it as a weapon, which is kind of really funny.
That that makes sense.
Yeah. The first day was rough because she was loopy from the drugs. So
Hmm.
and then I
Oh
think
yeah.
tomorrow is gonna be rough too because it's the first day without pain meds.
Yeah.
She can't take the cone off until the 15th.
Gosh, poor thing.
So yeah. Um,
Although if she's using it as a weapon, I'm sure she's enjoying that.
Yeah, but it pisses me. Oh, it doesn't piss me off. It drives me crazy because when I wake up in the morning, she woke me up at 7:30 this morning, just
Wake up,
scratching the
bitch.
shit out of the cone because she can't itch her ear.
Right.
So it's just, I'm tired. I took
Right.
a nap
It's
today.
yeah. No doubt.
Um, the work week was uneventful except for Thursday. So, I hate fucking Joey made me wait fucking until 11:40 to call
Mm,
me. But like Mike, my coworker, got the call at like 9:30. And he's like, "Well, I'm gone on the 15th." I was like, "Fuck, okay. I'm waiting." And then a PM messages me and says, "I'm gone on the 15th." And then Cassie messages me. It's like, "I'm gone on the 15th." I'm like, "Oh my fucking god." So,
damn.
yeah, so Joey called me, which is my boss's
Mhm.
boss.
Mhm.
And dude, I felt so bad. You can see on her face because she went on camera, and I don't know why she did it. You could see on her face she was already done with delivering this news to
Right.
everybody.
Right.
So, um, I'm gone on the 15th.
You're like,
I,
surprise.
October 15th is my last day, which, from everybody messaging me, I kind of fucking figured.
Right.
I'm proud of myself because I didn't cry.
I'm very proud of you.
I'm kind of emotionally numb. Um,
Valid.
she did say that they were gonna send us, like HR was gonna send us a link to upload our resume and stuff so they can share it out. Um,
Right.
so I did that, but I'm currently on the job market,
You're like anybody.
which sucks because 140 other people are on the job market right now.
Right.
So I don't know. I'm just kind of floating by at the moment. I know I should be
Right.
applying everywhere, but I'm not.
Eh.
Um, I'm gonna get 4 weeks of severance, so
Mm.
that's cool. At least I'll have some money in November. Um,
Yeah.
because you bet your ass, I don't care if I have a job or fucking not, I'm buying the third Counts of Nyaxia
Right.
book.
You're like, I don't
Fuck
give a shit.
you.
Turning pop bottles for that
Literally,
shit.
like, I do not give a fuck. It is happening.
Right? I feel you there. I feel you.
So
I'm
yeah,
right there with you.
I by like 3:30 I had such a headache. So I went to sleep on Thursday and then Friday I played ZZZ on the couch. I didn't even work. Um I'm obviously like not okay with it,
Right.
but like I got my way. There's nothing I can do about it.
Right.
So, and then what happened yesterday? I don't remember yesterday. What the fuck? Other than me playing ZZZ, I know something else happened. I just don't remember. Oh my god, that's what happened. So Mike and I go to Walmart
Hmm.
to grab dinner stuff. Tell me why I always run into people at fucking Walmart.
I don't know, but it always happens.
I was very much trying to avoid because I saw them before they saw me. And I was trying to avoid. Mike and
Yeah.
I were having a deep conversation about Greek salads. So Walmart makes a pre-made bag of Greek salad, and I didn't know
Yeah.
that. So I was pretty excited about that. And then I spent 40 minutes standing next to said salads, talking to Kat, which was my coworker, if you remember, like a while back in
Yes.
episodes.
Yes. Yes.
Last time I spoke to her, I pretty much cussed her out.
Mhm.
Um, so that was awkward, but then she texted me, and then of course she started crying the blues about fucking everything. Like, oh, the cat you know is dead. Like, okay, the Amy you knew's fucking gone too. Shit, the fuck? I'm not the same person from 3 years ago. What the hell? So that was really awkward. And then today, I went to lunch with Mike's mom and sister because Crystal's birthday is the 12th, like on Monday.
Mhm.
So we took them out to lunch at Sagano's, and of course it was 100 and something fucking dollars. But that's okay. It was delicious. And then I came home and I took a fucking nap. And then I woke up from
Sounds
said nap
sounds nice.
and I went to go get my dad food. And then I ate my leftovers. And then I played some fucking Albion with Mike. And then I got bored. And then I went to go play some more ZZZ. Because there is patch 1.1 comes out on Tuesday.
Oh.
And there are two banners, which is characters that you can only get during a certain time.
Mhm.
There are two banners coming out in this patch, and I desperately want the first girl. Um,
Right.
I can't remember her name. I can't pronounce her name. I'm not gonna lie. I can't pronounce Asian names ever. Um, so I'm not even gonna try it. It starts with a Q. I'm gonna say Q. Okay, she's cool. She's cute. I want her. And then there's Jane Doe, which is gonna be the second half. So it's like I get 3 weeks to try to get Q. And then I
Mhm.
have 3 weeks to try to get Jane Doe, but Jane Doe isn't like a necessary need. Like I don't desperately want her.
Mhm.
So I've been grinding polycrons, which is like the currency to have rolls,
Right.
because I don't want to pay for it.
Right.
I don't want to pay real life money, but if it comes down to it, I'm if I don't get her, I'm going to. I'm sorry. Like I desperately fucking want this girl.
Yeah.
Um so I have like a total of like maybe 40 pulls of free, but like
Mhm.
an S rank is guaranteed. I hate gotcha games, dude.
Yeah.
Just let me fucking buy the character. Anyway, so every 71 rolls, it's guaranteed an S rank, but it's not
Uh-huh.
guaranteed to be the S rank you fucking want.
Got you.
Which she is an S rank. I don't know. It's just so Tuesday,
Mhm.
I may be having a mental goddamn fucking breakdown
Valid.
because I want this bitch. Hold on, I'm gonna show you her. She is very cute
Okay.
and she looks fun to play. Uh, Q, not Quest. What the fuck? Q on. I can't spell her name. Oh my god. Patch 1.1. Upcoming agents. Thank you. Oh god, why is it so slow? So like you can only get them during the fucking event.
Yeah.
So
Right.
it pisses me off.
I was gonna say I knew that much about like I don't is it gotcha or gacha
It's gotcha.
games
Mm-hmm.
because of Genshin Impact.
It's exactly like fucking Genshin Impact, but I feel like the pulls, the chances are so much harder.
Yeah.
So that's her, and then there's this fucking dude, which you know what? If I get him, cool. If not, I don't fucking care.
Oh, she's a cutie.
Isn't she? She's lightning. And then there's that dude, and then this is Jane Doe. Jane Doe is a mommy. Is she's a cow? I don't know if she's actually a cow.
Oh,
She
okay.
she looks like a cow. I don't know. Anyway, but I want Q so bad.
Valid.
Anyway, that's been my week. It's been fucking stupid. I can't say I'm depressed because somebody fucking gets mad when I say I'm depressed. Oh yeah, I'm out of my antidepressants as well.
Oh,
So today was my first day not taking them.
generally speaking, that's usually not a great thing.
No.
I was gonna say from what little I know, since I've never been on any myself, but I've heard you're not supposed to do that.
Yep. So that's a thing. I need to message Nurix, but I haven't yet.
Maybe make that a priority.
I'm going to tomorrow. I'm not gonna message him tonight.
Okay. Well, I wasn't gonna expect you to do it while we're on here. It's late. It's late. I'm not gonna expect that, but yeah.
But yeah, okay. That's me.
You gotta take care of yourself.
I know. I'm
How am I supposed to get through this life without you?
I'm just gonna live in my Delulu land, okay? Let me read.
It's fair. That's fair. That's all I do. Is Delulu. Oh, and it just gets worse. All right. Hi guys. My week was like really long for a lot of reasons. Um, so I didn't I'll start with today just because it was kind of funny in a haha, like, wow, you're really out of it, bitch, kind of way. So I was like, wow, I'm like really anxious and depressed today. Why? It can't just be the weather. No, it's my 5-year move anniversary today.
That makes sense.
5 years ago today, I moved to the area I am now. Not the house I am, but the area. Um, and yeah, so that was a fun realization in the middle of the day while I'm sitting on the floor helping clean.
That's great.
It was like, oh, cool, great. That's why I'm fucking depressed. Cool.
I love that
Um,
for you.
love that. So it's been 5 years that I've been here. Five too many, but here we are. Um, which means in 9 days will be my 5 years with my current employer, which is the
Yay.
longest job I've ever had. Legitimately, the longest job I've ever had.
Well, I'm proud of
Which,
you.
thanks. I've wanted to quit many a
I
time.
know, and I'm surprised you haven't.
It's called fear of not finding something else, honestly.
I'm right there with you right now.
Um, so that was today, which there's a little bit more, but like I'll get to it. Monday. So I worked Monday through Friday today this week.
Yes.
Um, and Monday was not fantastic. Um, because of the stupidest thing. So, as y'all know, I've mentioned it many a time, I have a big phobia of bats.
Mm-hmm.
Um, not it's not really bats themselves, to be fair. It's just the fact of the rabies risk. It's the same with any wild animal. I'm afraid of chipmunks too. Like I don't discriminate. I-
It's not just
if
bats, okay?
if you are not domesticated, I assume that you're dangerous. It's nothing personal. Like I love raccoons. Raccoons are adorable. Like their little hands are adorable. Just don't get within 500 feet of me, please.
Stay
Anyways,
on your side.
yes. I was working self and we were like really slow on Monday. And so the young baggers were doing things outside to stay busy because, you have to stay busy or you get sent home possibly. And we have this really, really redneck way of clearing spider webs from the building, which is a giant stick with a tennis ball at the end.
As you do.
As you do. It is actually quite effective because the building is brick and tennis balls will not get stuck on a brick like normal Swiffers and stuff would. So it's smart, but really redneck. Anyways, um one of them comes in and it's like, "Oh, hey, there's a baby bat in the corner right by the front doors." And I'm like, "I really wish you wouldn't have told me that." I was like, I would have been so happy being oblivious to the fact that there is a baby bat less than probably 100 feet away from me. I would love to be oblivious to that. And everyone's like, "Oh my god, like it's so cute." Like they're literally like going outside to look at this thing. I'm like, "Y'all are fucking stupid." Like, no, I don't think it's actually wanting to hurt anybody. But you don't know what it's gonna do.
You don't. You
Like,
don't.
I'm sure it's adorable. I don't wanna see it. I don't wanna get close to it. And then, like and then, like, my whole phobia just went skyrocketed because, like, I had a mystery scratch that I had no clue where it came from. Mind you, I had not left the building. I had not left the building. I had not stepped outside, and there was no evidence of this thing having left this corner of the building. But I found a mystery scratch, so for, like, a good solid probably 3 hours, I'm like, "Yep, I'm gonna die. Yep, that's what's gonna happen. Mhm. This is it. Yep."
This is
And
how I
I had
perish.
this is how I perish. And I had to talk myself down for, like, solid 2, 3 hours. You had to listen to it for about 4 or 5 hours after that.
It's
Um,
okay.
I eventually kind of was just like, "You were working in tobacco." Like, I was working in the tobacco case, like, more than likely, something got me, like because there's, like, stupid freaking contraption on one of the rows now, and I was trying to like, feed it was a whole thing. Anyways, doesn't matter. What happened happened. What's done is done. Um, I let's see. Um, I'm trying to think what was Tuesday. Tuesday.
Tuesday. I don't remember Tuesday.
Oh, Tuesday was like me being depressed about how trash the house is and like not being able to make any progress on it, like any meaningful progress.
Hmm.
Um, and also finally getting to 50% on uh Heart of Silk and Shadows. Which surprise guys, still haven't finished it. Surprise! Not
That's okay.
surprised at all. Um I let's see, what was Wednesday? It's just like I don't understand how I can live a life and not remember.
Dude, oh, trauma. Okay. You just black it out.
I literally we literally had a conversation about how my dissociation will be the death of me. Yes. Um Um, Wednesday, I know I got my schedule. I was kind of pissed off because it's all like screwy now. Like I got all 7 to 3s, but like now I have a random Thursday off instead of like either Monday through Friday or Tuesday through Saturday,
Which is so stupid.
which is probably going to be all screwy now because the only person who's allowed to have a set schedule up front is Carol. And I still don't understand why, out of all the people she's allowed to have a set schedule.
Fucking Carol.
She's literally the only one up front who's allowed to have a set schedule, except for when, A was up there.
That
A
doesn't
had a
make
set
any
schedule.
sense.
A had a set schedule except for a few exceptions, like, every blue moon, and I was like, "If I'm supposed to be, like, sort of like a replacement because that's what's slowly happening, minus any of the power, mind you, um, like, can I get a set schedule? I'd love a set schedule." Like, I would love to be Monday through Friday, even for like maybe 6 months. That would be cool.
That would be cool.
Doesn't have to be like forever or like two weeks a month. That would be cool.
Fucking retail.
Yeah, retail suck my dick is all I can. Like I'm done. Um, like I also was like, okay, so on the 8th, which was Thursday or Wednesday. Was that Wednesday or Thursday? The 8th would have been today's the 10th. So Thursday wait, yeah, Thursday. So Thursday, I did not feel good. Like, I did not feel good at all. Um, and mom had came home early on Wednesday not feeling good.
Hmm.
And, like, Cody came into work, and this is just such a him thing to do. Comes into work, goes through self-check, does not say a word to me. He's buying COVID tests. I'm like, "You little bastard." Like, that is not what I wanna see you buying when I'm
Yeah,
in the middle of a shift and I don't
fucker.
feel good. And mom took one, she was negative. So, like, we're assuming it was just a bug. And I also assume I had the same bug because I'm fine now. I was
Yeah,
really fine the next day. It really felt like a 24-hour kind of thing.
it probably was.
Um, it probably was, but like I did not feel good at all. Like I was literally really struggling to get through my shift on Thursday, which we'll get into like the little bit like more mental healthness of that situation because it was something I was really in my feels about. So just remember, sick, not feeling good was a factor in my mental health this week. Um and then let's see. And then Friday was just like chill, other than the fact that I thought I had lost my headphones and I didn't realize it until like 1 o'clock in the morning when I woke up from falling asleep on the couch. And I almost made an impulse purchase of buying new headphones on my Samsung Finance.
Oh my god, I'm so glad you didn't. You
I
found it
didn't.
right.
I found them in my shoe of all
Your
places.
shoe?
My shoe. Yeah,
In-
my shoe. I went to
Interesting.
put on my shoes to walk Willow that morning and they were there. And I was like, "You got to be kidding me." No, that was where they were. Um I also yesterday finished ordering the last gifts that I had to get sent to your house instead of me sending them to you for
Yay.
your birthday. Also, this seller was insane. I ordered at like 6, 7 in the morning.
Yeah.
By the time I was on my lunch at like 1, they had already shipped that order.
Oh my god.
I was like, "What the hell?"
You on X Games mode? Shit.
I've never had an Etsy seller that excited. I don't know if they're a failing store and this is the first. I don't think so because like one of the items was like in 104 carts, so I don't think they're like not popular. Like the items were like, you know, multiple sales and stuff. So I don't think it's that they're unpopular. Maybe that's why they're popular is because they're quick.
Maybe.
But like the problem is it's probably going to be since it's from the same shop all in one package. I ideally wish it would been sent in like separate because
Oh
one of them
yeah.
I need to be opened first.
What
But
if? What if I? Okay. What if it is all in one package?
uh-huh.
You send a list on Discord to Mike, and then
Oh, I
he
could
re
maybe do that.
yeah, he like rearranges it or something.
Yeah. I'll like relook at the what I've got and see if it's really all that important or if you'll just have to like connect the dots.
Okay.
Because it's my crazy like conspiracy Rube Goldberg project of it all that's it's all about. um but yeah. Um so there was that, which I was like very excited to get done, like that part, because now it's actually the hard part that I have to finish. Not hard, the exciting part, but making sure I time it correctly is going to be the thing. And if I fail, I'm going to hate myself. Um, but
You'll
yeah,
be
we'll get this.
fine.
We'll get this. It's going to be great. Um, I'm so sure that I'm going to make this great. Um, and then today was just like literally deep cleaning. We started deep cleaning the kitchen.
Mhm.
We got the kitchen table dismantled and put downstairs into the back room. Um,
Yay.
yeah. Um, and we also, for the most part, finished cleaning out and starting to organize the kitchen island. Um, which holy hell, it's really kind of insane how much random plastics you collect over the years. Like, there's so many random plastics, like, containers, like, I'm not just saying, like, random pieces of plastic, but, like, containers.
No, yeah, I understood what you
Um, I was like, "Wait, that did not make sense on them. Like, random
meant.
plastic? Like, okay." Um, but yeah, we, like I think we tossed, like, 3 bags of, like, miscellaneous.
Oh, wow.
Well, there was also, like, bakeware because we went from Food Network to Ninja over, like, the last 2 years.
Okay, yeah.
So, like, we never really got rid of the Food Network, it was all buried under the other stuff, so we finally got that out, um, and tossed it because it was also rusting so bad.
Oh, I bet.
It was really bad. Um, but that was, like, today. I also tried a Big Mac for the first time.
You've never had a Big Mac before?
No.
Girl,
No,
they're so good.
never. I think mine was, like, it was just that it wasn't, I don't think, fresh. It was kind of disappointing, but it was not bad flavor-wise. Just, like, I think the burgers were, like, older because they weren't very fresh.
They're very messy to eat, though.
Yeah, they are. I also didn't get any lettuce on it or onions, so it was literally just pickles and cheese and sauce and yeah. But it
Mac
was really
sauce.
like yeah, mac sauce was good. Um, but that was, like, today. Um, so, like, emotionally, I've been all over the place this week. Um, but, like, specifically when I wasn't feeling good, it
Mhm.
gets me, like, very in my feels, and it's gonna sound so whiny. Oh my god, don't get me wrong, I know how whiny it sounds. Um, but, like, one of the things about, like, being chronically single, right? Like, let me be on my little soapbox for a second.
Yeah, absolutely go for it.
Um, is that, like, I'm not saying everybody has, like, a perfect partner who, like, actually wants to help take care of them when they're sick or anything, but, like, most people have, when they're in a relationship, somebody who wants to, like, make sure they're doing okay
Mhm.
when they're not feeling good, making sure they're eating and drinking and, like, putting them to bed if they're being stubborn and staying awake, like, taking care of them, and, like, as somebody who doesn't have that, it's, like, really hard sometimes to be like, I have to do all this for myself because no one else is gonna do it for me, and it gets me in my feels a lot of times because it's like, I just want someone to take care of me sometimes, you know?
What?
I know. If I was still, not even 20 minutes away, like, I'm sure you would drag me around making sure I took care of myself, but
Yes, I have
but,
before.
like yeah, but, yeah, so, like, I get it's things like that that I, like, kinda get in my feels about things more than normal, and, like, it is what it is, but it's sometimes really shitty when you're just, like, not feeling good and you just wish somebody would just be like, "Go to bed."
Go
Like,
to sleep.
go to sleep. Like, it is what it is, but that was a little bit of my mindset was just, like it was just a little sad this week. I'll get over it. I'll get over it. I always get over it, but
I
it
get
was
where you're
really
coming from, though.
yeah,
I don't think it sounds whiny at all.
I hope I mean, it feels whiny. It feels whiny. Um, and there's just, like, a lot of, like, not, like, family drama, but, like, Cody, which I'm not gonna go into details because, like, sibling code and shit, but, like, he's just going through a lot right now, and I'm trying to be, like, really super supportive, um, which luckily that's the one thing I'm good at being is a supportive sibling, um, and, like, it's so shitty because we always get along best when one of us is in crises, frankly, like we don't always get along when everything is going fine, but when things are in a crisis, we usually get along really well. And we've sadly been getting along quite well the last few days when he's been going through it. So it's shitty, but it's nice to get along with him. Um, yeah, it's been like a really feelsy week.
Yeah, it sounds like it.
Like, I think a lot of it is the whole 5 years thing that I think subconsciously I realized, and, like, not feeling good. I had a conversation with A yesterday. Not a bad conversation. It was actually, like, really sweet. Um, I'll actually read it because I think that they would, like, be what's the word? Appreciative that I appreciate them. Um, like, they messaged me, I'll just give, like, a gist at first. They were like, "Why does my Kindle say it's gonna take 10 hours to fully charge?" And I was like, yeah, unfortunately, Kindles are not known for their fast, charging. That's their one downfall. At least mine doesn't fast charge either, and I have the 10.
Mine does.
The it's probably because it's yeah, it's like
It's the Paperwhite. It was expensive.
yeah, exactly. I have the what is it, 10 Fire HD,
Yeah.
whatever. I should say the Kindle Fires aren't well known for fast charging. I think just the plain Kindles, like, are decently fast charging. So I was like, "I'm sorry." Like, that's the one thing that they're not a strong suit of. Um, and they were like, "I was reading." And I was like, "Oh, well, what were you reading?" And they read and finished, Assistant to the Villain,
Oh, nice.
and then bought impulsively because they didn't wanna wait, the second book, which I don't remember what it's called, but it's something to the villain.
I tend to
Again,
do that.
um
I impulse
yeah,
buy.
I know. I was like, "Wow, that's a very Amy thing to do."
Yeah.
Um, and I was like, "I've heard good things about that." And, I don't know what made me say it. Well, I do know what made me say it, but I was like, if you need the space on your KU, you can just return all the titles that, I've read this year. Um, because I was like, I'll be honest, I don't really know if you'll enjoy them that much.
Yeah.
Because I was being realistic. Because I really don't think that they would, honestly. Like, it's not enough. So, okay, A's favorite series, one of their favorite series, is the Folk of the Air, so the Cruel Prince, that series, guys. Um, and that is like notoriously like a very true, like we're talking hardcore enemies to lovers, like truly did hate each other up until like, last book kind of thing.
Yeah.
Like, very hardcore. Not like, I'll be the first to admit, all of the enemies to lovers we read are more like just like there's a lot of unresolved tension up until the breaking point.
Yep.
It's not that they actually hate each other all that much.
They
It's
hate
more
that they
like just
want each other.
exactly. Exactly. Versus like that is not the case specifically in like The Cruel Prince at all.
That might be why I didn't care for it and I DNF'd it.
My problem and the reason I have not read it, and I told A this much, is that it is very much in the beginning when they're young, like, he, like, him and his friends torture her and her sister,
Yeah.
like, bully hardcore, and I'm like, "That's the one thing I can't." Like, I have a really hard time with that. As somebody who was, like, bullied like, relentlessly through elementary and middle school, like, that is a very hard thing. Like, I could never, like, be like, "Oh, yeah, like, I want my bully." No! Like,
Absolutely not.
they could turn into my dream human being, and I would be like, "Absolutely not. Does not matter."
It doesn't erase what they did to you.
Exactly. Just can't. And I think that's part of why I might read it just to read it, but I would never tell A that I read it.
Yeah.
Um, and I was like, I feel like it leans too much on the romance, and I know how much, like, quality, like, fantasy means to, like, world building and, like, lore and all that stuff. And they're like, "Are you saying that because you don't want me to read them?" I was like, "No, I don't want you to waste KU space. Um, you only get 20 rentals. I
Yeah.
can only guess how long your TBR is, and they're like, "I don't really have a TBR, to be honest, and, like, I don't hate romance, it's just, like, it's not my favorite." And I was like, "But I don't want you to suffer through a book if you don't have to, you know? Like, life's too short, too many books, so little time," that
Yeah,
kinda thing.
abso-fucking-lutely.
And they're like, "You sound nervous." And I'm like, "First of all, it's very rude of you to understand my tone through text." They're very good at that, and it's
First, the
really, really
fucking audacity.
it's very rude of them. And I was like, "I'm afraid you'll hate them, like, truly hate them." And it's like, they really, really mean a lot to me, and it's kind of how I feel about reading your favorites. It's like, I'm afraid to, because, like, if I don't like them, I'm afraid to tell you, but you won't be afraid to tell me if you don't like them.
Yeah.
That's not who you are. And, like, they're like, "If you prefer, I won't read them because I'd rather give you a clear conscience than make you uncomfortable." And I was like, "Well, that's very kind." And, they're like, "We can just leave them out of the picture so it doesn't, like, drive a wedge, between us because of different preferences." I was like, "Well, okay." And they're like, "Then it's, like, as simple as that." And they're like, "Our friendship is important to me, and this is a boundary you're setting. I respect that." I was like
Aw.
and then right after that, I was like, this whole convo feels like I should have kept my mouth shut. I made things weird. Sorry. I'm not in such a great headspace," which was true. And they're like, "No, you told me it makes you weary and that you would prefer I don't read them. That's a boundary you're setting. I respect you, your space, and your peace of mind. No harm or hard feelings whatsoever." And I was like, I'm really not used to people respecting my boundaries
You're
for the
right.
most part. So, like, thank you. Um, and they're like, "I love you. I would never do anything to, like, disrespect you or your space." And then they're like, "I would still love to hear you talk about them whenever you wanted to. I know how closely you hold them, and I do adore listening to you talk about anything, but when it's something you're passionate about is when it's the most fun." And I was like,
Agreed.
I was like, "Okay, I'll tell you how much they mean to me anytime." um, so yeah, like, it was a good conversation, and we're good. It's just things are weird right now. We're, like, in that weird transition, and, like, ultimately, at the end of the day, if we only talk through text every twice a week, that's fine. That's fine.
At least you're talking.
Yeah, we're talking. It's fine. Well, okay. So moving her food, I moved the dog's food dish to the other side of the kitchen now that there was a free spot, thinking it would make her a little less possessive of the door of my room. Yeah, that's not working.
It
Nope.
did not work.
It did not do anything. So yeah, it's been like a really feelsy week, guys. So yay.
We love feelsies. Not really.
I love feeling everything all at once. It's just so invigorating, you
It's
know?
fucking great.
Not debilitating at all.
Not at all.
Legitimately, if I were to just be in some fantasy land where, like, my emotions were, like, the baseline of I would either kill myself or everybody around me. I don't have any sort of control. It's like, "Oh, your emotions control." "Oh, well, shit, sorry, you're all dead.
My bad.
My bad. I love y'all. I love you all, but goodbye."
Goodbye, cruel world.
All it takes is one trigger, and I'm gone. Oh, shit. So yeah, that was my week. That was my emotional health, guys. It's not great. It's getting worse.
We're slowly fucking losing our shit.
We really are. It's just a slow progression at this point.
Seriously?
Like, something's eventually gonna snap. Oh,
One of these days it will.
one of them.
We
One
just
of them.
gotta place bets on who it's gonna be first.
Right? Gotta place them. Whew. Um, so yeah, yup, that was this week. Um, this next week is all 7 to 3s, by the way, guys.
Oh god.
I had one 8 to 4 last week. It's all 7 to 3s this week. Um, so pray for me. That is
That's
like
such
one of
a
the hardest.
drastic fucking shift.
Yeah. I part of me is like, as long as I never have to do a 10 to 6 ever again, I will be happy.
Dude,
But
10 to
let me
6
tell
is the
you,
worst.
yes, it's absolutely awful. Let me tell you, waking up every day at 5 a.m. when I don't really go to bed, I just kind of crash and then randomly wake up. Um, Not fun. I'm gonna have to get back to my sleep schedule I had back in like 2020, which is gonna turn me into a total shut in. Like, I don't know when I'll fit in reading because I used to go to bed by 11 o'clock every night.
Oh, wow.
That's how I got through, like, 2020 when I first went to work, like, quote, unquote, "full time." I wasn't even full time back there, then I was just, like, more than I was used to. Um, was literally I would go to bed every night at 10:30, write for half an hour, and be laying down trying to sleep by 11.
We're gonna
Yeah.
have to switch our recording time.
That doesn't count for weekends, by the way.
Fair, okay.
It did not count for weekends ever because I was like, I have to live sometime. More than likely that's not going to happen. I'm just going to learn to how to survive on 4 hours of sleep and a dream because frankly, giving up my little sliver of reading time late at night is like my worst nightmare. I don't have much to live for but reading. Also, I literally have just over a month left of my reading challenge
Yay!
that I've been doing since April? Yeah, April. So, yeah.
You got this.
Sadly though, more than likely if I do make it and not miss any more days between now and like September 13th or 14th, more than likely I'll be doing it alone because mom's pretty sure that she has missed too many days to catch up.
Oh no.
And it's supposed to be like a lock-in party, like an overnight lock-in
Oh
party at
god.
the library. Yeah, and I don't know if I wanna do it alone. Like, I don't know nobody.
I wouldn't. That's no.
And,
Thank
like, people
you.
are mean up here. I'm weird up here. I'm weirder up here than I am downstate. I'm weird in general, but I'm, like, really weird up here to people. People are judgy. It doesn't help that, like, okay, so, like, TC, part of the problem with TC is that it's Richie rich. You don't wanna think about it, but it's Richie rich. It's kinda snobby,
Yeah.
kind of elitist. I'm not that person, and it's not just because I live in where I live. I was just not raised to be that kind of person, and, like, everybody in Traverse City is, like, so prim and proper and, freaking khaki polo bitches, and I'm, like, not that person.
No.
Like, I don't like sports for one. I don't like golf. I don't like being outside.
Golf is so boring. Don't get me on the fucking tangent again.
I won't. But yeah, it's just like I'm a little sad about it, but like we'll see how it goes cuz if it's only like a 2-hour party, maybe I will. Maybe I'll meet some other people who are like-minded. I doubt it, but maybe I might.
Maybe.
Maybe. Um but yeah. Um I think I saw you update your um why can't I never remember the name of that one app we use?
Storygraph?
Storygraph.
Oh,
Storygraph.
Storygraph? Yeah.
So you finished the one book?
Yes, I did, and I'm on the second one, 50% in.
Yeah. Is
Um,
it good?
so it is,
But
but there's a lot, like, I don't know what one was written first, but there's a
mm,
lot of stuff, like, from Blood and Ash.
Ah.
Like, there's the vampires were originally fae, but that wasn't from that. That's from like a fucking different book. But there's
Mhm.
shifters, which are like devoted to the fae, and
Mhm.
there's like I don't know, dude. Like, there's a lot of shit that's kind of like okay, like this seems fucking
Right.
familiar. But and oh, the thing. Okay, this is what really reminds me of from Blood and Ash.
Mhm.
So we follow Ara, and like she's a
Mhm.
bastard child of the king, and like I
Mhm.
guess the mom died or whatever, but she didn't actually fucking die. She's a goddamn goddess who isn't
Oh.
supposed to have kids because of like her power
Mhm.
is literally like death and destruction. So when Ara gets sent to like the Fae Islands as a tribute, because like humans are sent there. I have like 14 humans every 9 years as a sacrifice to keep like
Mhm.
the tree like, calm. I don't know. Anyway, when she's there, there's a vampire who's like forcefully taking blood from a human, and Ara is like, she makes him fucking explode.
Oh. Hmm.
And that's like her mom's power. So that kind of like reminds me too much of from Blood and Ash. You know,
Fair.
gods, half gods.
Right.
Mystery Man's name is Riven.
Mhm.
He's also half god.
Got you.
So that's something. So I mean it's good. I'm gonna keep reading it, but like I said, there's too much like similarities. And I
Yeah.
don't know what one was written first.
Right.
Which I'm not saying that's a bad thing at all.
No.
Like you can take
No.
inspiration from other books, absolutely. But
Right. Right.
I think I like From Blood and Ash more.
Fair.
Cause Castile. Oh my god, speaking of From Blood and Ash,
Uh-huh.
so instead of buying Iron of Flame,
Mhm.
fucking dramatized version one, part one, I bought From Blood and Ash part one.
Uh-huh.
I love Poppy's voice, and I am
Uh-huh.
so close to getting to Castile's voice, and I don't know who it is, but it better be fucking perfect, okay? I am very protective of Castile. He is chef's goddamn kiss. I like I said, I haven't listened to a lot of it. Like I was listening to it while I was playing games with Mike, and he's like, "Haven't you read that book?" I was like, "Yeah," but like
So,
7 books ago.
right?
I can listen to it. It's fine.
It's fine.
But yeah, it's good. How I don't even know how many books are in it. Would I recommend it? Probably not. If I'm gonna recommend a book, it's from Blood and Ash.
Yeah. Okay.
Hold on.
Mhm.
I want to see how many books are in this fucking series. Oh my god, stop. Amazon, please. I hate the site sometimes. Like, I wish there was just like a Kindle site.
Yeah. I hate that you can't purchase books with the Kindle app.
I know!
And you can't use the Amazon app either. You have to use their webpage.
It's so
You
stupid.
Oh my god. Like, here's the thing, ideally, I would love not to be tethered to freaking Kindle, but I tried to do the Libby thing. Guess what? Because I have a book a library card through a county that I do not live in, they won't let me borrow books through Libby.
That's so stupid.
Yeah, because every time I do, it's like, "Oh, yeah, it's only for these people," and I'm like, "Okay." Like, my Kindle doesn't even have freaking Bluetooth on, or not Bluetooth, location, GPS on.
Oh my god, I'm dumb. So there's 4 books, and this makes sense, okay? An
Uh-huh.
epic enemies to lovers fantasy romance perfect for fans of Jennifer L. Armont, which is who writes From Blood and
Yeah.
Ash, and Sarah J.
Yeah.
Maas. So that kind of makes okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay, so From Blood and Ash came first,
Right.
but there's four. So I mean, they're not long books. Like I think the
Right.
first one was only like 400 pages. This one's only 309 pages. So they're not
Right.
long.
Right.
I want to. Is From Blood and Ash fucking 6 books out?
Oh, you heck.
I do need to check. And I am. Doop a doop a doop boop boop. No.
No.
Okay. No.
Oh my gosh.
I can't wait to hear Castiel's voice. Oh. You know what? We're gonna experience it. Well, I can't make you
Oh,
listen to it
jeez.
as well. Well, yeah, I can. We're gonna experience it together right now because, like I said, I was literally right there.
Okay.
And
Oh,
you
I
know,
get to listen.
you know how I feel about
I
voices.
God, I can't wait. Oh.
All right.
And even though I was the maiden, the chosen, I,
Hold on.
probably would be well. Here it, I. There's no doubt in my mind that Victor would see me. He would come straight here, lowered his head
Okay.
until his lips brushed the neckline.
Nope. That was too
I've been
too
thinking
far.
when I slipped on the garment. It was almost like I'd subconsciously known in here before I arrived. Could he have been with another?
Oh my god.
I wasn't expecting you tonight. It's only been a few days, sweetling.
Hmm.
He thought I was someone else. Someone he'd obviously met here before. I glanced down at my cloak. The borrowed garment. And the dark one were responsible for try and alleviate the anguish. Victor Wardwell. Well, man twice my still. It was hard to imagine. With my cloak up over my head. My full of roaches and I do believe she carries a torch for him.
I like her voice.
Suspicion rose as I met her gaze.
She sounds
At
familiar.
least she wasn't a fan. Victor had a wife who have I gotten myself into? Only the gods knew. And there was no turning back now. I slipped my hand inside the cloak, keeping it close to the hilt of the dagger, as I climbed the steps to the second floor. The hallway was wider and surprisingly quiet. I didn't know what I expected, but I thought I would hear sounds.
Yeah, I'm sure you
Shaking
did.
my head, I counted until I reached the sixth door on the left. I tried the handle and found it unlocked. I started to open the
I
door.
wonder what
It's locked.
Kieran's voice
What was
is.
I doing? Anyone or anything could be waiting beyond this door. The sound of a male chuckle filled the hallway as the door beside me opened. I quickly backed into the room in front of me, closing the door behind me. Heart pounding, I looked around. There were no lamps, just a tree
I
of
love how
candles on the
panicked
mantel.
she sounds.
Settee sat in front of an empty
Right?
fireplace. Without even looking behind me, I knew the only other piece of furniture had to be a bed. I drew in a deep breath, catching the scent of the candles. Cinnamon? But there was something else. Something that reminded me of dark spices and pine. I started to turn. An arm curled around my waist, pulling me back against a very hard, very male body.
This is unexpected.
Caught off guard, I looked up.
Oh.
I guess kind of.
You gotta give it a little time. You know,
I get.
sometimes
It just reminds me of Resand.
not same, not the same. I've looked. I
It's
just
not
looked.
okay. You just looked okay because
I
yeah,
just looked.
it sounded like Resand a little bit. That's why I was like, wait a fucking second.
Like, wait.
I
Okay.
can't. I can't. I can't. I can't have Castile be in fucking Resand. Okay, those are two completely different men.
Hmm.
At least I like it better than I like fucking Zayden's voice, which is sad
That's
because I
true.
love Zayden.
I know you do. I know.
Oh. Now, if only they would make a dramatized audio of Serpents and Wings Night.
Right?
I swear, I need that in my life. And not the weird British lady who reads it.
Right.
Like,
Right. Yeah.
but yeah, I'm gonna finish the series whether I like it or not because I'm already 2 books in.
Yeah, that's true. That's fair.
And then I think next on my list was something Onyx.
Mm.
I can tell you. Hold on.
Yeah.
Let me open. Oh my god. Okay. Oh, A Dawn of Onyx.
Ah, yes.
And then it's Flamin' Sparrow.
Mm-hmm.
And then my TBR will be done. And I will have to have more.
Um, yeah. I did my reading a little early tonight. Um, so I'm at 81%, guys. I'm so close.
You are so close. So when are you doing
Oh,
next?
I think technically it's supposed to be Slaying the Vampire Conqueror.
Yes. Yes, I'm waiting for you to start reading that so I can read it at the same time.
Yeah. Okay, we'll do it. I I highlighted such a good line tonight. Um, and I was like laughing, and thankfully Cody was on the phone with mom at the time in the bathroom, blow drying his hair. Couldn't hear me laughing because there's nothing worse than my family judging me about the shit that I either cry or laugh about.
True.
Because we always talk spoilers, so I'm not even gonna give you guys. It's always spoilers here. We
Sorry,
always
not
have.
sorry.
It's Allie on the beach, and it's when Creon comes across her as she's, trying to figure out if she can go past the barrier, the binding. Um, and she literally is like, "If you'll excuse me, I'm currently quite busy running from the consequences of my own actions." The consequence. Oh
Same
my
girl.
god. Always. I'm always. Always. Um, and I did get the nerve to actually post in the Discord, in Lizette's Discord.
Oh, did you?
I did. There's been no responses yet, but we'll see. And Lizette is like very active in her Discord
Mm-hmm.
usually. So I'm like kind of like, oh dear, what did I do?
What
All
did
I,
I
I I
do?
literally just said that the fact that I nicknamed Agenor Aggie in my head because Aggie and Allie sounded cute.
I love that so much.
I love them so much too. I love that, but I also love them. But yeah, it's so like if I had time just to sit and read continually, guys, this novella would have been done ages ago. Cause it's good. It goes by fast. Like reading it doesn't feel like a drag. It's just
Yeah.
I never have time to do massive amounts of reading in a row, which is why it takes me 9 years to read anything. It's really frustrating. It's very frustrating. Um, I know it's so good, and now I'm gonna get all emotional at the end of it again because I'm gonna be like, I have to leave again.
It'll be fine.
Oh my god, it's not fun. Uh,
They'll live
um,
forever in your hearts.
yeah, my multiple hearts apparently.
Your hearts.
Uh, my multiple hearts.
Yes.
Oh my god. But yeah, I think Slaying the Vampire Conqueror is next. Um, and then after that, I have to decide if I'm gonna, because I told you guys I downloaded Fourth Wing. I did.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Sorry, I was yawning.
I was like, "Yes, I know. You're very excited."
I am.
Um, let's see. Go back. No, why are you doing that? I don't want to go to the chapter index. What the fuck? Okay. I have in my KU library right now. I cleaned it out a lot, guys. I cleaned out house. Um, I have I still have the God Kissed Bride, but that's because I plan on actually getting purchasing them digitally to
Yes.
keep. I have the Serpents and the Wings of Night and Ashes and the Starcursed King for the same reason. I have Spark of the Everflame, Heartless Hunter, Slaying the Vampire Conqueror. I still have 3 of the Fey Isles because once again, have to purchase gradually. Fourth Wing, Hidden Pictures, which is a thriller that I'm kind of keeping for when me and mom finish the one we're currently reading. Um, I did download Quicksilver, just maybe. It's a maybe. When the Moon Hatched, and I did download Assistant to the Villain. So, yeah. But that's like not counting the 50,000 books I got during like Stuff Your Kindle days.
Yeah, that's true.
But I'm afraid that if I like those books, most of them are the first books of series, obviously, that I'm then going to be stuck not being able to read them because I don't purchase books.
Yeah.
It's gonna be the same thing with Fourth Wing, though. If I start Fourth Wing and I actually do like it as much as I think I'm gonna like it, which I haven't not liked a book that you've read so far, like,
I own them.
I know,
Use my Kindle account.
I know, I know. Um, because like if I turn that filter off, um, yeah, I mean, that one was stupid. That's just like stupid. That one was like a throwaway that I was just like, huh. Yeah, that one was embarrassing that I actually bought that. Technically didn't buy, it was free. But
What one?
um Caught in the Basilisk's Gaze.
Oh.
Do you remember me telling you about that
Yes.
one? The fact that I
Oh.
don't. Um I have With This Witch, which is like a cute little like cozy romance
Mhm.
comedy-ish thing. That one the one I thought was gonna be really funny to try because it's like I think it's a quad how do you say quadrant? No, that's like a quartet? A quartet. A quartet. There we go. That's the word. Is the Vengeance Demon series, which is I got Oops, I Ate a Vengeance Demon, is the first one. Which I thought would be fun. Or I did get the Frost Queen's Blade for free. And I was meaning to read that. We had so many TikToks about quotes from that book.
Hello, Conehead.
Nah, Conehead.
Hi, baby. Sorry, mine just came in.
No, you're okay.
Giving me my dog. Come here, Punky. Hello, Conehead.
Little Conehead. Um, so that I'm thinking might be on the list. I'm not sure, but more than likely after that Slaying the Vampire Conqueror, it's probably going to be Fourth Wing.
Yay!
Um Because what I'm gonna try to do, I'm kind of trying to juggle 2 books at once, but they have to be different enough that I don't, like, start, quote, unquote, "confusing"
Yeah.
plots. Like, the reason I'm reading Middle of the Night, and it was originally the last book of the Fae Isles, but then the current novella, was that one's fantasy, one's thriller.
True.
So that's enough of a differential, and I'm thinking what I'm gonna do with, Slaying the Vampire Conqueror is I'm going to try maybe doing one of the physical books that, A has gotten me over the years. I'm thinking I might do the one what is it called? I think my neighbor's a serial killer. Oh, no. Love in the Time of Serial Killers.
Oh.
It's supposed to be it's kinda like a kind of romantic comedy, but kind of like a mystery. It's got romance. Like, basically, she has to move home, like, to her childhood home, after it sounds like her dad passes. Like, she has a lot of trauma. It's a whole thing. She she has massive trauma, and this is what A was like, "Oh, yeah, I picked this book specifically because it reminded me of you," and I was like,
Thanks.
"Thanks." Yeah, massive amounts of trauma, obsessed with serial killers, which I was like, for one, I'm not obsessed with serial killers. I just find crime and the psychology of crime to be very fascinating. Thank you. I'm not one of those creepy bitches who's like idolizing murderers. Thank you. Let's make it clear. Um, and like also she thinks that her neighbor is a serial killer. Um, spoiler alert, she falls in love with him and he's not actually a serial killer. He's just a little weird.
He's just a weird dude.
He's just a what he is nice and she doesn't understand that why he's nice. Um, but yeah, I'm thinking that one or see, I feel like Night Vale is just too fantasy adjacent. Like it's not
Yeah.
really fantasy, but it's fantasy adjacent for me to read at the same time as a fantasy. Um, so I might need to go with one of I'm trying to think. Because the other 2 books that A got me for Christmas are also fantasies.
Mhm.
They're, cozy fantasies, it's like Lattes and Legends, and I don't remember what the other one's called. Um, but they're cozy fantasies. So that's too close. I'm not if it wouldn't have been so many months now, I would probably would have returned Butcher and Blackbird. I never did. Part of me is like, "Just read it, Autumn. It's not gonna be that bad." Like, sure, it's literally just, like, a fuck fest for, like, 5 chapters in a row, but, like, it's fine.
It'll be fine.
Like, that's far enough from what you normally read that, like, you're not gonna be confusing plots.
True.
We'll see. But I think it's basically a Kindle book fantasy and then a real book, either mystery or suspense or something less fantasy based.
Fair.
But yeah, that's my goal because if I do 2 books tandem, that means I can maybe get my goal of 24 books this year. Currently, Fable says I have to read 4 books a month to reach that goal, so it's not looking good.
What did I set mine to? Like fucking 100?
I think so.
Hold on. Let me go to my profile. Well, I'm halfway there.
Mhm. You are. And you have 4 months? 4 months? Is there 4 months or 5 months left of the year? 5?
5.
4. 5. 5 months left. Um, but yeah.
I'm gonna have to read 14 books a month,
Oh shit. That's
apparently.
gonna happen, I don't think, even for you.
God, no.
No.
That's fine. I just set a high number.
Right? There is a book. It's like a pure, like we're talking pure like romance basically. Like it's not really the plot is the romance, right?
Mhm.
But it's set in a town that's on this side of the state, like a real town. And I was like, I heard it has a really sad ending. Do I want to do this to myself? Possibly.
Do
Only
it.
because it's freaking set in like obviously they changed the name, but it's in a town. I think it's best. Is it based on Marquette? Is that what it is? I gotta check this real quick. Happy Story, Emily Henry. Is it? I think it's Happy Place. I hope it's Happy Place. She writes so many books in a freaking year. I don't know. She's like the James Patterson of romance at this freaking point. Like this bitch just pops out books.
Just pops out books like they're fucking nothing.
Right. I was gonna say like kids, but that takes at least 9 months. That's a that's too slow for what she's doing. I think it's this one actually. Oh yeah. It's based in they call it Waning Bay, Michigan. It's actually Funny Story is the name of it. Let me look this up. Funny Story um setting. Tell me. I know it's around this area or like at least on this side of the state. Come on. Don't make me search so long. God, you're awful. Like, fuck. I didn't want to hear about the plot. I just want no. Wait. Okay, we have Google to have the fact that people ask if things are a real place. We have Google.
Yeah.
There is no place in Michigan called Waning Bay. Let me tell you. Okay, I'm calm now. I'm
Are
not
you?
calm. I'm not. What town? I okay, I give up. Never mind. Doesn't fucking matter. Just doesn't matter. I just know it's based on a town in this like freaking area. Not maybe this area specifically, but this side of the state. I want to say it was Marquette, but I can't be positive. Anyway, it's based. I don't know if she's Michigan based or not. I would assume because it sounds like most of her books are set in Michigan for some freaking reason.
Maybe she lives here.
Maybe. Let's look. I'm actually from California, guys. Okay.
Why the fuck you worried about Michigan?
Like, don't get me wrong. Like, I think that it can be a fun thing to work with. Michigan is kind of weird
True.
in its own right. Like, she lives in Cincinnati.
Since Ohio?
Cincinnati. Cincinnati, Ohio.
That's weird. Most people from Ohio hate Michigan.
Right? Although, do you know how many people who are like, oh, I hate Michigan, who are Ohioans, come here?
Almost all of them.
Yeah. It's like, what? I thought you hated us. I don't care. Like, it's up to you. Oh my god.
Don't say one thing and do another.
Right? That drives me nuts. Do you know how often people do that?
Dude, too fucking
Mm,
much.
mm. But yeah, anyways, that was a tangent and a half about me just saying I need to have two different kind of genres of books to be able to tandem read. Oh, but Middle of the Night is getting so good, and the fact that I know because I looked it up that it doesn't end up being paranormal when they're leaning so heavy into it, I feel like the ending is going to absolutely disappoint the shit out of me then.
Probably.
And I'm going to get mad because I'm trying to figure out like who killed Billy. Right now, my whole thought process is who killed Billy. Because honestly, I was like, "Oh, I'm gonna get into conspiracy theory real quick about a book you barely know about, only what
That's
I've
fine.
told you." I'm like, "Oh, I bet it was Billy's little brother." Billy's little brother is like 6 or 7 at the time.
Hmm.
They're 10-year-old boys. Even if he managed to lure his brother away to the falls where he was all his body was found 30 years later, mind you. The body or the skeleton was wrapped in a blanket and there was blunt force trauma to the head. So unless his brother, I don't know, wrapped him up in a blanket after hitting him over the head with like a sledgehammer or something, I just don't see it being him.
No.
You know?
Yeah, no.
Um unless they're going to pull some freaking I don't know, shining shit without the paranormal, so a fugue state, and have the main character have killed him because of an argument they had. I, it just better not be who I think they could pin it on, because I'm gonna be really pissed. Because if they make it be Rashid because he was an asshole, and then he ends up being a cop, and it's gonna be like some sort of, oh, I was trying to redeem myself from my past. I will literally throw the book through a wall. I will
Watch.
literally
It's
throw a
gonna
book through a
happen
window.
now because you said it.
I know. And I'm trying to be good. Like the book is right on the couch. We keep it on the couch because I read it to mom out loud. I have the ability to just read to the end and figure it out, but I'm trying to be so good and not do it. Like I'm trying to figure it out myself because I figured out a lot of things by myself in this book. It's probably just that it's predictable. It's pretty damn predictable where it's going, but I get very excited when I can figure things out because I usually am very dumb,
No, you're not.
oblivious then, because
Okay.
I don't catch on to shit. They could literally be throwing shit in my face book wise, and I'm like, what's that mean?
What? Mm.
Okay, let's not forget the whole air marks whole thing, Shabil, because I did not freaking realize what was going on until this beginning of the second book.
True.
Like, I'm literally like as confused as anybody else. I'm like, what the fuck just happened? Um, so like yes, oblivious, we'll go with the nice term, oblivious.
Thank you, because
Um,
you're not stupid.
okay. I feel it a lot of the times, but thank you. Um, also, guys, she got me a new laptop charger after last week's finesse, as you
Yes, I was
heard,
gonna ask you, did it
and it
come?
works. It
Yay.
did, and it works. I have a feeling I know what the problem is now. Is that once they get loose, they just won't charge. And this one is like a tight fit so far. So I just probably have to change it out probably every 6 months or so, I'm guessing. Which they're only like what, like
It was like
$9?
$10. It wasn't expensive.
Yeah. So like for every 6 months to keep my laptop alive doesn't seem that bad of a deal.
No.
Um so because I plan on keeping this laptop as long as I can, because I don't really know with my current financial life if the whole possible PC build is actually a possibility. Because I know I was talking at the beginning and the middle of the year about getting a PC, but like now it feels like it's just a distant financial hardship that's never going to happen.
It
Although
might.
Cody's like, he's always like, oh, it's really not that expensive. I'm like, dude, you are literally in debt because of your PC.
Yeah, don't fucking come at me with that shit, bro.
You are in debt because of that PC. Do not talk to me about not being. I like not having a shit ton of debt. Like I still have debt, don't get me wrong, but I don't have a shit ton. And I'd like to keep it that way. I'm fighting my demons.
I'm fighting them.
Dude, I haven't even gotten to the Starbucks thing. I haven't told them I don't think about the Starbucks thing. I was really it's funny, but at the same time I'm really ashamed of it.
I
I really
know.
am. Like so I looked back at my finances, guys, because my last few paychecks have like I've been very tight after like doing bills and stuff. And that's not my usual. Like I usually have a good little wiggle room. I look back at my July statements and I'm talking at only like 8 day span, mind you. This is only 8 days. I spent like $140 on Starbucks.
Jesus.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know it was that bad.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mind you, it doesn't tell me how much I've spent of that. It's just the reloads to my card.
Yeah.
But seeing as I had only 93 cents on my card when I checked that balance, that tells you that's how much I spent. Um, and I was like really, really actually ashamed of myself. Like I felt a lot of guilt because I'm normally very financially responsible and I try not to overindulge. I really do. And then I kind of looked back and I was like, oh, you know when your habit got that much worse on him? When you cut out pop.
Mmm.
Because because oh Father, wherever you may be, heaven, hell, or in between. Oh, that rhymed. That was kind of cute. Um, Thank you for giving me your vice issue. I really appreciate that. At least I didn't start smoking cigarettes at 18.
True.
Because it's literally like I have to treat myself for getting through a day. Like a work day. Like weekends I can literally go without pop, Starbucks, any sort of treat. No problem. But like a work week, absolutely. Have to have a treat for getting through a work day. That's not healthy,
No.
mentally or physically. Um, so that's fun to know that I literally can't get through a work day without some sort of treat re- reward. That's cool. That's a good realization for my mental health. Thanks, Dad, for that. Gotta have advice. That was his thing. He gave up cigarettes. He still had to have his Mountain Dew. If he gave up Mountain Dew, he had to have something else. Yeah. Thanks, Dad. And
Thanks.
everyone wonders why I avoid doing things like cigarettes and drinking because I'm addictive.
Yeah,
I
that's
have
fair.
an addictive personality. It's not even that it's addictive, it's obsessive. It's obsessive. That's what it is. I have an obsessive personality. Great. Fun times.
Love it.
Love it.
So do
Live
I,
it.
though.
Fair.
Sorry.
It's rough. You're fine. Do we need to be ending it, dear?
Yeah, CP.
It's okay. We didn't really have a plan, so it's all right.
I feel bad.
It's okay. It's all right. Um, so yeah, guys. We're gonna wrap this one up for the week. Next week is probably gonna be more of the same. Hey, I might have actually finished the novella by then.
Yay! That was a weird
And
yay.
yeah,
I'm so sorry.
that's all right. And maybe we'll have both started slaying the vampire conqueror. Maybe we'll see. We'll see how the week goes. I have a feeling it's gonna be a rough one.
Probably.
Um, yeah, I'm hoping not. I really need a not rough week, but it's just getting worse and worse at work. Um, but yeah, as always, guys, I am Firefly, aka Autumn.
I am Moxie, aka Amy.
And as always, this has been the Nerdy Archives. Please, guys, be careful out there. It's a scary ass world.
It really
There's
is.
weirdos. There's weirdos, and not the good kind.
We're the good kind of weirdos.
We're the good kind of weird. Yeah. All right.
Bye.
Bye.